Hi everyone, it's time for a little arcade action. So what am I up to today? Well, I happened to buy out an operator and he had tons of PCBs, and so I went out and I bought all these PCBs, hundreds of PCBs actually, stuff from all brands. I've got Capcom, Neo Geo, Taito, Technos, original Konami, what have you. Just all kinds of original brands of PCBs. My normal clean arcade room is now littered with all these PCBs, and I'm just in the process of testing them out. And one PCB I've got in my JAMMA cab here, my Street Fighter cabinet, is a 1988 PCB from Data East. It's called none other than Cobra Command. And so I'm just checking it out. I'm just going to do a little gameplay just for fun. I hadn't played this one for a long time. Kind of remembered or forgot how it played, but actually it's quite a bit similar to R-Type. You got all kinds of power-ups. Eventually you can get a power-up that you can kind of charge your gun and then let it go, just like you would in R-Type. You've got missiles. Kind of also reminds me of Scramble or like Super Cobra, where you've got the straight-ahead fire. You've also got these missiles that come down. But yeah, this game was released in 1988, or that's what it says on the game screen. There's also an earlier game. It was a Laserdisc game. I think it was 1983, also called Cobra Command. But that was, running on a Laserdisc, had full motion kind of video in the background, and you were more a first-person perspective in the cockpit. But this is more of a traditional side scroller. So I'm just going to let the track mode play through a little bit here, and then I'm going to coin up and just try to play it a little bit. It's really challenging gameplay, but yeah, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it arcade. And I'm not sure if I have the dip setting set correctly or not, but there's no continue. So when your game is over, you are done. You have to start from the beginning. You can't just keep going over and over again. And also, in this game, when you do die, you have to go back and start at a certain point again. It's not just like you die and instantly you respawn and you can just keep going, and kind of like going through and just kill the boss, because you got unlimited lives basically. No, you have to actually use some skill and play through the game. So that actually makes it quite a bit of fun, gives it more playability, I think, especially if you own the PCB, you want to have some more fun with it. You can't just avoid it, but there's all kind of bosses and stuff. I'm not sure how many stages this has, but there's all kinds of them there. It's got some, neat scrolling backgrounds and stuff. Again, this is 1988, so I think a pretty good shoot 'em up for that time. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to we've got this on coin operating mode, so I'm just going to drop a coin into my cabinet. This is my Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo cabinet, by the way. Yeah, HS5 Dynamo. I'm going to put a coin in here and see what we can do. Put a couple in there. Press player 1. Alright, got the screen coming up here. And again, I'm just going to be mostly playing with one hand here. See if I can put on the... Maybe I'll just put that down here for you to see. And we'll see what we can do here. And power up there. Well, it's pretty impossible to play with one hand, but you get the idea. See if I can just get a couple of power-ups. The game starts out really simple, but then it sure gets tough. The hardest thing about it is that when a missile or a bullet is fired at you, you have very little time to react. So you really just have to kind of keep going back and forth and kind of baiting out their attacks, and that way you kind of stay away. But it's pretty tough. It's going to be a kind of a first mid-stage boss coming up here if I get there. Again, I'm playing with one hand. This is pretty impossible for me to control very well. Got two buttons. The game uses two buttons and a two-way joystick. You got your standard fire, and then the second button fires these ground attacks. This guy right here, this is kind of your first stage boss. gonna be tough, yeah, for me to get by him with one hand, but there you go. That's Cobra Command 1988 by Data East.